In this video, you will get acquainted with two completely crazy animals. They do not know what fear is, and sometimes it seems that even death is afraid of them. Family of mustelids. Two fearless relatives who live by their own concepts. Grab some popcorn, sit back and watch until the end, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Such a notorious bandit and thug like a Wolverine and its African relative, a honey badger, should be feared even by large predators. Mustelids are the most crazy family on the planet. These arrogant beasts are unique and you will not find the like of them anywhere. First, we'll talk about Wolverine. This small but rather powerful and ferocious animal looks like a miniature bear. And what is most surprising, this 20-kilogram savage is completely devoid of a sense of fear. If necessary, it will violently attack a fox or a wolf, and even a bear can be driven into a corner. In general, it is not at all afraid of large animals, and even if dinosaurs existed today, the Wolverine would attack them too. These hardy animals are solitary and need a lot of space to roam. Individual wolverines can travel up to 30 kilometers a day in search of food. If anyone gets in their way, they rush into a fight without warning because they know that no one wants to mess with them. Translated into Latin, the name Wolverine means glutton, and this is completely true. Wolverine is a predator, but always hungry, and for the sake of a piece of fresh meat, this beast is ready for anything. Wolverine will stubbornly overcome any obstacles, make his way through windbreaks, climb trees, fight wolves, drive away a bear from prey, all for the sake of eating. In spring and summer, wolverines eat various plants and berries in large quantities. However, plant foods are not a major part of their diet. The Wolverine is primarily a predator that loves to eat meat. It will not be difficult for it to catch a delicious rabbit for lunch or lightly bite with rodents. But when the Wolverine is very hungry, it can even attack animals that are many times its size, deer or mountain sheep. When it is not possible to catch anything at all, the Wolverine can feast on someone else's dinner. If it sees feasting wolves, it is unlikely to pass by. It will definitely try to snatch a piece. Wolverine does not need to fight the wolves and drive them away. It is enough just to taste fresh meat, and that's it. As a rule, wolves are not able to cause much harm to the Wolverine. Its skin is thick, but they can drive it away. By the way, sometimes a Wolverine can attack a person. But mostly this happens in cases where a person himself is asking for a portion of problems. For example, he wants to drive an animal off the path or road. Wolverine outwardly looks rather unusual or even strange, forever shaggy with a clubfoot gait. Its innate clumsiness immediately catches the eye. If you carefully observe the gait, you can see that it is somewhat reminiscent of the gait of some two-legged creatures that roam the streets with a detached look after a birthday party. In general, looking at this shaggy forest monster, it is sometimes difficult to hold back laughter. However, behind this harmless appearance hides a rather dangerous beast. The Wolverine is also famous for its stamina and the ability to exhaust the victim, chasing it through the forests, through the fields, then again through the forests and again through the fields. Even experienced wolves sometimes do not withstand sparring and catching up with this beast. And despite the fact that this animal is small, the Wolverine's mouth is quite large, and the teeth in this mouth are very sharp. They crush bones with their teeth as if they were cracking seeds. There is nothing to say about other smaller predators at all. They are constantly attacked by the Wolverine. It spares neither big nor small, because like his relative honey badger, he absolutely doesn't care. In fact, the whole point of life is to fill the belly with something high-calorie to the maximum. And for the sake of this cherished goal, Wolverine will do anything. Actually, earlier, people considered the Wolverine to be an insatiable and completely useless beast. So everything became clear about Wolverine. And now, let's watch its relative, the honey badger.
Смотри, похер, росомаха к нему идет вообще. Ты видишь? А, ты снимаешь? Ты видео снимаешь?
Да.
Surely, many have already heard about such a unique animal as a honey badger or a bald badger. Despite its relatively small size, this frisky fellow is distinguished by an enviable fearlessness. The bald badger is known to snarl at lions, is not afraid of spotted hyenas, and even boldly rushes at leopards. In general, the honey badger is a truly amazing animal, completely devoid of a sense of fear. But can he handle snakes? In Africa, there are both pythons, known for their enormous squeezing power, and deadly poisonous snakes. It may seem surprising, but the honey badger is able to defeat even snakes, and regardless of their size and the presence of poisonous teeth. If there is a python in the path of the honey badger, it will not miss the opportunity to bite it a little. Although, if the opportunity presents itself, then most likely the honey badger will finish off the python and arrange a small feast for himself. But what about poisonous snakes? Are they really not capable of causing any harm to the honey badger? In fact, an adult honey badger doesn't care at all which snake is in front of him, poisonous or not poisonous. He destroys them all equally. The fact is that many snakes with poisonous teeth are simply not able to bite through the thick skin of a honey badger, and therefore all their attempts to cause at least some damage to a bald badger are ineffective. But even if the poisonous snake is lucky, that is, it will be able to bite through the armor of the honey badger, and it will joyfully inject the maximum portion of toxins, then there will be practically no result from this either. After the bite, two scenarios are possible. Either the honey badger will continue to attack the snake as if nothing had happened, or if the poison works, it will simply fall asleep for a while. Scientists still cannot understand why snake venom affects the honey badger so strangely. One thing is for sure, there will be no particular harm to the honey badger from the snake's venom, except for a couple of hours of inactivity. What do you think? Which of the two brothers is stronger, Wolverine or honey badger? These two, honey badger and Wolverine, are so unique that you can talk about them for hours. All animals live according to the law of wild nature, and each animal knows who should be afraid of whom, but the honey badger and the Wolverine don't care about these laws at all. They are outside the law. Wolverine and honey badger are real revolutionaries, and it is precisely with such behavior that they sometimes lead even the kings of beasts into a stupor. As for the question of which of these two is stronger, honey badger or Wolverine, I would bet on Wolverine, and not only because the Wolverine is larger, but also because it lives in harsher conditions, which means that its character is more combative. I do not agree with the opinion of my friend, and I think that the honey badger definitely on a par with him. Still, the Wolverine has no experience with snakes, but the honey badger has. You have already seen footage of a honey badger defeating a python, cobra, and other venomous snakes, but the Wolverine cannot boast of such experience. But in general, they are both cool, they are great. So much courage in such a small-sized animals is quite surprising and delightful. Here are three of the most interesting facts about the honey badger. The honey badger has a very strong skin that even a sharpened machete cannot cut through. The body of the honey badger is slightly smaller than its skin, which allows it, having fallen into the teeth of a predator, to dodge and strike back at it. There is only one way to take a honey badger in your hands. You need to grab it by the scruff of the neck and hold it at arm's length. There are no people willing to try yet.
said you were tired.
Well, on this, our dear friends, we're ending this video. We hope you watched it to the end and enjoyed it. Don't forget to share this video with your friends, and see you soon.